Hi everyone, Claudia here from Light and Clarity. I have your channel messages for the week beginning Monday the 20th of November. Please bear with me while I connect for you all. Thank you. Okay, I have Archangel Gabriel coming in for you. Gabriel is known as the messenger angel. Gabriel assists with opening up the throat chakras and speaking your lines of communication with other people. It's good to call Gabriel in when you're needing to speak your truth to someone, or you're needing to articulate something special, perhaps to the boss or whoever. Alright, just bear with me. Gabriel's also saying to me as I sit here, I also help with abundance as well. So bringing abundance in across the board within our lives, not just monetary, but emotional abundance in. Just going to see what Gabriel wants to tell you, or just bear with me, I'll just make this connection a little bit stronger. So Gabriel is saying to me that at the moment he's assisting you with bringing abundance into a particular life area. So for each of you that will be different, but you may instantly know which life area Gabriel is assisting you with or wanting to assist you with, where it is that you're most lacking, where it is that you can't get something off the ground, where it is that you're not resolving something, where it is that you're feeling a sense of lack within yourself and you're feeling down and you're needing that assistance. So Gabriel is bringing the energy of abundance into that one life area for you. So Gabriel's also saying there is something that, and we've been saying this for a while, but there's something particular, something small, it's nothing that big, but something small that you've been wanting to lift off the ground. So whether there's something you've been wanting to see a result in, or a situation resolved, or this is to do with a particular goal, or you're waiting on someone to make a decision that affects a particular outcome in your life or your life in a particular way, Gabriel's saying shortly you will start to see things starting to lift off. Okay, shortly you will start to see lift off. Okay, to do with that particular situation or goal or life area, whatever you want to call it. Gabriel is saying something will come to a completion and you'll be given the green light and you'll go, oh good, and it's resolved, or you're moving forward with it, or it's come to fruition and there it is. Gabriel is just saying that. So he's taking me up to Christmas with this, close to Christmas, or around Christmas time, end of December I'm getting. So Gabriel's just coming in and surrounding each of you with a beautiful golden light of abundance. He's asked you to breathe this in. Some of you have not been breathing properly. It feels like your airways have like closed in. You're only giving yourself this amount of air to be able to breathe through. We want to open up the chest. We want to open up that part of the body. It's like you've been breathing tightly. That's the only way I can word it. So there hasn't been a lot of air trying to come in. There hasn't been a lot of air being able to come in and through. So I'm just going to see what this symbolizes for you. So holding your breath. Okay, yep. Hang on. So you've been holding your breath regarding something. And you've also been waiting to see how it's going to turn out. You've been quietly waiting, quietly observing how it is going to turn out. So that comes in with holding the breath or breathing carefully and just sort of really seeing how this is going to work out. For each of you, it will be different with what that means. So some of you at the moment, Gabriel is saying, are really moving through some difficult situations. Some of you are not telling other people what you're moving through. Some of it is very private. I'm getting family situations with some of you. It's very private. I'm getting like this. You're not saying anything to anybody. There's others of you who have some private issues at work with certain people that you work with. There's like a bit of a dynamic happening at some of your work which just doesn't serve some of you, and they're just showing me this almost like a bullying situation, not fully, but just something going on. I'm also seeing family members as well carrying that similar energy of being overbearing, standing over you, pushing, are you doing it, come on, come on, come on. It's sort of almost like a bullying technique as well, slightly different, varying in that. Those people, they're saying that you're dealing with are very young emotionally. They're young souls. They haven't had a lot of earth lifetimes. Okay, so they're coming in with a sense of not being grounded, not being completely grounded when they speak, not following through on what they say when they speak. There's a real sense of they're not solid. They're very off the ground, ungrounded. And they are difficult to deal with, difficult to make sense of, difficult to get through, difficult to try and come to a resolution with or compromise with, or even get them to see your way, understand what you're seeing, understand what you're saying. They're very much their own way, very much wanting to see things from their angle. It's like they've got one of their ears closed on purpose. One of them may have hearing problems, but there's like a blockage in the ears with some of them where they've done it on purpose. They don't want to hear someone else's point of view because they don't want to cooperate. They want things to go their way, and there's that coming in. So that's, I'm feeling work situations, I'm feeling personal situations to do with your personal lives. Gabriel is saying, handle them practically and simply. Handle them practically and simply. The best port of call is understanding where they're coming from, where they are at within their own selves, within their own personal growths, at a mental perspective and emotional perspective. And from that, he says, you work practically with them and handle your feelings in a practical manner. Handling your feelings in a practical manner, handling them practically, is you removing the emotions out. Okay, so your emotions aren't getting pushed, so you're not giving energy which is not being accepted, which isn't being appreciated nor understood. You're not giving more of your time or more of yourself than you should. You're being matter of fact, handling them practically and moving on, saying, right, well, I'll leave you to deal with that, you've heard me, and that's that, and off you go. Now in closing, so he says early next year, some of you will find you're a little bit in a topsy-turvy boat. I'm going January, February with this. So there will be some unsettling situations that will occur in January and February around that time. Come mid-March, I feel as though the energy starts to settle for you. For those of you who will be affected in that manner, the energy starts to settle for you and there's more of a sailing forth. There'll be some sort of an understanding, some sort of closure that will be happening as a result of the topsy-turvy feelings and emotions of January, February. There will be an understanding and a closing of a chapter. You're better off for it and you'll move sail forward from mid-March. So that's good to see. So Gabriel says, really important that each of you are grounded as well. He says, we want you to see your grounding cords going straight down to the center of Mother Earth, wrapping those grounding cords a couple of times around the crystalline center, the crystal that is at the bottom of the earth, and just visualizing that crystal. To me, it's like a beautiful pure white, and you visualize your grounding cords wrapping around that crystalline center of Mother Earth a couple of times. There are going to be some decisions some of you are going to need to make very quickly. You're going to have to think very quickly, and we need you grounded to do that. He says that will assist you. So he says there is some help coming in externally to help you. There's resources that will come available to you if you choose to look for them, if you choose to use them, and he just says, just be aware external help is coming for those of you who are needing it. And even those of you who don't, he also shows me this external resource will give you an aha moment and go, you know what, I didn't think of that. You know what, I'm going to do that. That looks good. I'm going to either do the new course that I'm seeing, that's the external resource, something I can add to my resume, new spiritual growth course, something I can add, or a resource to assist me in this situation I am in. There just shows me that there's different coming in for each of you as needed, but I do feel that there is some sort of an opening of a new chapter coming in towards the end of December. You're going to see a glimpse, and you're going to start to feel the wheels spin and things start to change. And it'll change very rapidly before you can stop it. And you'll be like, okay, I've just got to sail forth with this and see where this takes me. And from there, you're going to see, I'm seeing a more grounded you coming in, and a more determined you. And as you sail forth, I also see you being able to handle certain situations and people a lot better as time goes on. And you'll be able to think more quickly on your feet. And you'll be like, no, I'm not doing that. And they'll be like, what? You're like, yeah. Previously, I would have pandered to you, or previously, I would have stood here shaking my boots, but my answer is no, and I'm sorry. And that's that. Or, you know what, I decided I'm going to go and do this, and everyone's like, oh, that's out of character. Yeah, it is out of character, but I'm going to go and do it, because there's something in me that says I have to go do this. Whether this is a holiday you're going to take, an activity you're going to take up, a hobby, a weekend of some sort, there are some new challenges you're going to bring in for yourself on a happier note. Of new that you haven't tried before, and that's each of you. And you'll see over the course of next year what pops in for you, what changes, because there are internal changes that are going to come in for each of you. Some of you will try to go like that to those internal changes. Please don't. Gabriel is saying, please be open to them, because there is a reason as to why you'll move through them. Okay, you will find yourself on a better footing, a newer footing. You will not want to turn back to the way things were. When you look over your shoulder, you'll understand why they have turned out as they have, and why you need to move forward, and what's really waiting for you is the next chapter. So they're showing me your souls coming to meet you on your paths. So that is your souls merging with you more and more as you are in less resistance to the path ahead of you. By all means, you ask for assistance. By all means, you search for whatever is needed to help you maneuver your way forward, but not being in resistance. Not being in resistance, just being the accepting and moving forwards. Yeah, and in the energy of trust and faith. Thank you, Gabriel. In the energy of trust, Gabriel is saying. All right, I've got one more thing to say. I'm just going to thank Gabriel for coming in. He's said a lot, so I can't keep going. He's been really lovely. He's really, really lovely. Gabriel is really lovely to connect with. If you're really needing some help in your life to do with something in particular, call on Archangel Gabriel of the Light. I always say Archangel Gabriel of the Light, and ask him for the help you're needing. Yeah, he's a really wonderful resource. It's interesting, when you work with different angels, you get to know them. At the moment, I'm training a lady, assisting her in understanding the archangels and the differences in their energies when they come in. work with Michael and work with Gabriel. So work with Michael for the first 2 weeks, then work with Gabriel in the next 2 weeks. What's going to happen is you're going to get to know how the energy shifts when they come in, what they feel like, and you'll be able to recognize their energies when they come in. It's just a what's the word? It's just a prac for you to do. Okay, so what I was going to say to you is that in December, I haven't done this before, but I wanted to offer some sort of a gift. Some of you are going through a difficult time, and not everyone can afford to be buying courses and healings and all the rest of it, and I understand that. So I wanted to give all of you a gift. A lot of you have been with me for many years, and recently a lot of you have been putting your hands up for readings and wanting my assistance, and you've all been beautiful, saying, oh, I've been watching you for years, and I'm like, oh, that's so lovely. You've helped me a lot. I'm like, oh, that's great. So wanted to give you all, so I'm not actually going to post this on Facebook, I'm going to do it as a Zoom. So if you're wanting to receive through the month of December, there'll be 4 Zooms that I'll be sending out. I'll be sending them out to your email. So if you're wanting to receive these 4 healings once a week, they go for 10 to 15 minutes. So one would be a physical healing that I'll be bringing in from spirit, whatever is needed, clearing of the chakras, the aura. I will be tailoring it to the group of people who've put their hand up to receive these free healings, okay? So 1 week would be the healing that is needed. Another week would be a third eye activation. Another week would be an abundance activation to help open up your abundance paths for the year to come. And a 4th one will be whatever it is I feel the group is needing. Now, the reason why I'm not doing it on Facebook is because there is something to be said when I'm able to have that group of people that I can channel for, and the energy of the healing is more effective because you've put your hand up for this. There's a small group of you, and I send it out to you. So once a week on a Friday, you'd receive the free Zoom recording that I have done for the group. It'll only go for 10 minutes, 15 minutes max, if not 10. What was the other thing I was going to say? Aha. And if you place your hand up for that, I will put each of you in a healing container for the month. So that means each week I send out absent healing to those people who have put their hand up to have these series of 4 free recorded Zoom healings that I would send to your email inbox each Friday for 4 weeks. I am starting December 1st, yeah? So I finish just before Christmas. I think that comes up to December 22nd. So it's 4 that I'd be sending out to you. It gives you an opportunity to receive some much needed healing, gives you an opportunity to see exactly how it is that I work and what I do. And also, as I said, you'd go into a healing container as well. You'd receive absent healing each week. 2 is what I would send out on a Monday, for example, or on a Wednesday, absent healing. Whenever I've got the chance, I'll send out that absent healing, and you get the recording on a Friday that goes for about 10 minutes or 15 minutes max. We'll say how long, but it won't be longer than 15 minutes, I can assure you, about 10 to 15. If you're wanting to receive this, you need to send me an email, not private message me, an email. The link is below. So then I have your email address, and I have you down, I say great, and I just send you the recording. It'll be sent as a group. Now, what was the other thing I was going to say? I'll only keep it up for a week before I clear it, because I've got a lot of people that I have to get through. They're wanting their recordings, and I can only keep so much on my Zoom. So I thought I'd let you all know. If you're wanting this, send me an email saying, Claudia, I'd like to receive the free healings via Zoom in December, so I know what you're talking about. Many blessings, and I'll connect with all of you again soon. Thanks, everyone.